everybody. Welcome to Unfiltered and Intentional. Yes, we are talking sex. We have a sexpert, a therapist. We have Miss Shamara, Pleasure Principal, on to give us all that information, and we are going to definitely talk about. But before we do, you know how we have to do the introductions and all the other good stuff. So before we go into the introduction, I just want to say thank you guys, like I always do. If you watch the show now, later in the future, just thank you for tuning in and spreading this knowledge throughout the community. And this is some good knowledge. We're going to play it light this time. We ain't going to talk about COVID and death and all that other good stuff. All right, guys. Ty, let them know what to do.
Y'all already know what the routine is. Welcome to all newbies, all new subscribers, and welcome back to our faithful viewers and subscribers. We love you guys so much. Remember, go to the Facebook group, Unfiltered and Intentional, and the YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and share. And then let's have some fun today. I'm gonna contain it a little.
Yes. But once, like she said, like and subscribe definitely, and also follow us on Facebook as you do. But before we get into all the juicy stuff, I just want to say I did get my book. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. This was the book from last week's show. Thank you, Shawnette. We love you. I'm working on myself. You know how it is. I got a hot temper. We're going to bring it down with prayer and wine. Bring it down with prayer and wine. Thank you. But with that being said, let's talk about sex, baby. Yes. Miss Shamara, thank you for gracing this stage and this platform.
No problem.
Miss Pleasure Principal, thank you for educating us. I know when we had the sex therapist on last time, it was more, how did you say, Ty? It was
more theory versus clinical.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got the drink popping. Yes, great. With that being said, we're going to be talking about a little bit of theory, but we're also going to be talking about some of those toys and those things to bring into the bedroom and turn it up a little bit. I know some people ended up saying to me that, hey, is it okay if I text you? Because they may not want to put them questions out there. Yes. And we're definitely at the end of the show going to put her information out there because you may want to have some personal questions you have and just where to get the products and all that good stuff. So please, Miss Shamara, let us know. When did you start loving sex so much? When did this become a profession for you?
It's been a while. Wow. It's been a while. Actually, in college, I'm gonna say around 24, and learning my body and learning as I learned my body, I didn't realize how many people, were clueless like myself. And the more I learned, the more it said continue.
Okay.
So in college, around 24.
Okay. And what did your family think about it? They're like, oh my God, she won't stop talking about it. She's a professional sexpert.
Yeah. And actually, going into it at 24, believe it or not, I was in finishing mortuary school. So, that's where, like you said, with my family, it was a wow. How did you go from your interest in, I was in mortuary school and first toy, and it went from that first toy, mortuary school, learning the body in mortuary school and learning my body. Wow. And they didn't understand the two going together. How do you go with working with your interest in mortuary science, the funeral industry, to sex?
Yeah.
And believe it or not, you're learning my body.
Okay.
But my family did not respond very well because it was what's wrong or hold on, because it so wasn't me. It just wasn't the norm for myself.
Okay. Do you find it now that since you've been in this profession for such a long time, it's easier for family and friends to come to you, even if it's a personal level, and just kind of just ask you questions and like, hey girl, is it supposed to hurt? Oh.
Yeah, definitely. And that's another reason why going into it, because I found myself sharing my information with people. And when I was opening up to people, they would come back in return and say, let me ask you this, or what do you think? So I was that go-to person with, let me share this with you. And that's what made me want to go back. So definitely was that go-to person.
Okay, I'm not going to ask.
They would come.
I'm not going to ask any more questions as of now. I'm going to pass it on to Ty and Specs and Liz. Go ahead. I'm going to just sit back.
Well, I want to know like the difference. Okay, we said, so the theory part, the last sex expert we had on was more into like the counseling and stuff like that. So,
okay.
Right. So for you, what is it? I don't want to say like hands-on, but is it more really into learning your body, learning your partner's body, learning it with, your additions, the toys? So what do you do that would be different than like the couples counseling and therapy like that? Or is there a difference?
I'm going to use the same thing you said, the interaction, the hands-on. That's more that I do, where it's more conversation, information, and that's where I use the toys. They're visual aids to demonstrate the answers. So it is interactive, hands-on demonstration.
Oh,
I have
you talk a lot of the times, and the answer for one person, it's very important for myself to do the interaction hands-on, because I might give you an answer for for yourself, and then your friend standing next to you, it's a totally different answer by the way her body responded.
Right. Have you seen a huge disconnect when it comes to people trying to satisfy themselves sexually and satisfy their partner?
Mm-hmm. There's different age groups, and if it's not conversation, definitely some people find themselves uncomfortable, because the thing is asking those questions, being able to identify, and some people kind of working a little too hard. And believe it or not, at certain ages, I'm gonna say the young ladies, early 20s, I'm gonna say in their 20s, they're trying to do things with their body that's just not, you're not there yet. 18 to 25, for instance, at the universities, 18 to 25 for a young lady, she's still at that point where she's still trying to learn what her favorite color is, who her friends are, and like what she likes to do for fun. But unfortunately, those childbearing ages, she's doing things with her body that her body does not require yet. But 18 to 25 for that man, those are actually his prime years, where he needs her in the bedroom more than she needs him.
Oh, see that, y'all? You heard that, right? Y'all need.
That's truth all day.
It's funny you said that because I'll hear through conversations, in passing, no name today, but I would hear through conversations in passing, these young girls, and I got it like that, and you ain't seen nothing yet. And I'm like, little girl, you don't sit down somewhere and let these grown women come in and show you what. No, sorry.
And at that age, because that man, her age, 18 to 25, she wants a boyfriend. She has to put the show on and, talking, the I can take it thing, or, just saying stuff. And it's like, oh, like you say, you're working too hard. You're doing too much.
Right.
And it's 9 times out of 10, she doesn't even know her own body.
Don't know nothing about the milk. Oh, sorry.
Have you ever helped people like transition? Why Specs is your head down already?
He was laughing.
Oh, no. I was laughing at Kia. I don't even know what you're about to say, but go ahead.
Okay. Have you helped people
I can't.
transition from like bedroom sex to like, being tied up and
We're going there. Let me get my wine.
Well, listen, she's a sex expert, and I'm going to ask questions that, people don't want to listen.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the transition, I'm going to say more people.
Transition.
Yeah, transitioning sometimes is you're doing too much. That's really not what you want, to getting back to learning their body. But like you say, if they are into that, those questions like, what is it? Or where are you going? Those type of questions. If you can't answer those things, it's probably not what you want. You're still trying to figure some things out.
Right.
But sometimes it's a reverse. That's really not what you want. You're looking for something else and you're still confused. But when people are in transition, going from, hey, I want to be naughty, a little more naughty, those are usually people with age. I'm gonna say the ladies that 35 to 45. Those are usually, that's prime years for a lady, and she has more questions and she wants to do more.
Yeah.
And
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. I know. All right. I just had to say, when I was 27, I knew I was the shit. I was like, yeah, what? I met this young lady. She was 47.
Yeah.
Turned you out.
Huh? Man, I was like, I went to school. She was like, I thought I knew nothing. She told me about intimacy. She told me so much stuff that it changed my whole sexual life. I was like, okay. But from that point on, okay. But before that, you know, you just like this. All right, you look good. I'm gonna put it in. Yeah. But nah, I learned about intimacy from cooking for somebody, just touching their hand, talking to them, to the whole process. To even after just how you touch them, you know, and you know, bathing somebody, just the whole thing. So I learned that from her. So I remember that.
And like you say, usually at that age, the ladies at 40 and up, 35, her body is not quite transitioning. Her mind, maybe, you know, depending on if she have children or what have you, you know, maybe they're teenagers, she's getting ready to be able to, or just it depends on, you know, each person is going to be different. But usually, like you say, 47, 52, that's that cougar age. Where she knows her body, but you have a lot of ladies at that age, that 42, 48, they go outside of their relationships a lot because they're frustrated, because their bodies are going through something, and she's saying he can't even, or he doesn't know. And the thing is, ladies, do we know our bodies? And that's that age for a man. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. And that's that age where you're here with a lot of men. She is crazy. Something ain't right. She crazy. She's not crazy. No, she's learning her body, and that's when she needs your help most. But the thing is, ladies, we have to take a look in the mirror. Ladies, stop pointing at your man and learn your body. Then incorporate your man, teach your man. Yeah. But a lot of ladies get frustrated at that age because her sex drive, her libido is very high. And she's saying, I need some dick. And he is, I'm sorry. Her body is at that I need stage where that 22, 24-year-old, her body, she doesn't need dick at that age. She's actually just making noises. Good, he's finished. She's having babies, but she hasn't had an orgasm yet.
Don't know what the hell. Sorry. Well,
how many people do you?
That's how many questions that was. We gotta pass the mic to Liz and then get back to me.
I'm sorry.
I always know what I'm saying. Yeah. It goes in a circle. The question. Oh, sorry.
I got more questions.
We all do.
That's keep it real with ladies. And I'm gonna say the ladies that's younger, she's not having an orgasm. It's 3 different types of orgasms. I'm gonna say the penetration orgasm. Generally, she's not having an orgasm with penetration alone. Now, clitoral stimulation, yes. And that's most ladies. You have a lot of women that never actually climax that orgasm with penetration alone until they're older, but clitoral stimulation is number 1, anal is number 2, and then vaginal. 3 different type of orgasms.
My God, and I want everybody to be taking notes. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Liz. It's your turn. Get your drink.
Okay. All right. So, all right. So now, because we raised the topic of toys and kind of went away from it. Now, with you being the go-to, right? Would you say it's best to try something out alone first, or to introduce it as a couple and then kind of figure it out? What would you think?
Definitely learning your body first is important. Learn your body so you can teach your partner. And the thing is, with the young boys, they mature a lot faster sexually. You know, the wet dreams or that sock on the side of the bed at 14. They're learning their body, 12, 14.
I'm sorry.
And with young ladies, we're 12 or 14. We're trying to get used to our cycle, our breast, that bra. And he's 14 and he's having orgasms. So ladies, we mature a lot faster. Young girls mentally, where they're maturing a lot faster sexually. So definitely they get to know their bodies. We don't learn that generally to that 18 and 25. And generally at that age, unfortunately, she's not focusing on getting to know her body. She wants that man in her life. And she's saying, I can do this for him. And the question is, girl, what can you do for you? Because 80% of that orgasm, clitoral, is mental.
Yeah.
And if
You're
you can't
lying.
know what your fantasies are, you're having sex and you have no clue what your fantasies are. 80% of that is her.
Just to throw something in there, you know, a lot of people talk about that gusher. It could be a Sahara Desert if you come the wrong direction. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Liz.
The Sahara here? The Sahara?
No, I'm not saying me. I'm just saying your mental.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know, not. Yeah, but.
Okay.
When you say Sahara Desert, and that's where a lot of the time we get things kind of confused, and you're saying Sahara Desert, but she can be she can have that WAP, and she's actually still in pain. It hurts. You have most ladies having sex, and it's like it hurts, and that's why you have a lot of the young girls saying, "I can take the dick," and it's like you're taking something. That's why you're saying you can take it. Now, if he's massaging you and rubbing you, you don't say, I can take that massage. I can take it because it feels good. Now, when she announces she can take something, AKA it hurts, I'm going to deal with it. And with that lady, her sex drive, she's in her 40s. She knows her body. She's not going to take the dick. She's going to tell you how to give it to her.
That part.
Wait a goddamn darn toy minute. Yes.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something with the younger ladies. This is that traditional can't go wrong. It's a bullet. It's a clitoral stimulator.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
It's basically like a bullet. Any type of clitoral stimulator. Spending that time, you know, with a bullet or just any type of clitoral stimulation. And that me time is very important. And I'll tell you, it was actually my first toy. And girl, it becomes addictive when you're younger. Can't put it down.
I have a question.
Hey, play with friends, but not mad.
What happens when when you're stimulating the clitoris too much, you know, with a vibrating toy? Does it make it harder to have a natural orgasm when you're actually with your partner? Because it's not the same, you know, the movement is not the same.
Yes, it's very important to be able to do those things. Like I say, that bullet and that me time, that alone time. But people do that, and they you can overuse and use the products where you can damage and desensitize your nerve endings, where your partner starts competing with the Energizer Bunny, where there's one of those things. If you're gonna use toys and you're in a relationship, incorporate it into your relationship.
No.
Where you have a lot of times, especially 20s, he's not going to do that because he's at that age saying, I'm not enough. I can't do that. All
right. So here's the thing. All right. So I don't believe there's anything wrong for you to play with friends. So meaning if she has a toy, then learn how that toy works and then work with it with her. Right.
Absolutely.
So that's something that I do. So I'd be like, okay, you like this toy. And I'm inventive, so I'm like, all right. So how about this? And we'll use this toy with me, or we'll go back and forth with it. So it's like games, like face masks, and use the toy, use me, and I go in with the toy. Just mix it up a little bit. But I'm just saying, is there anything wrong with that? Is there anything wrong with that?
They look at it as competition. Am I not enough? And the thing is, a lot of the time when they look at it as competition, they do get replaced, unfortunately. And don't look at it as competition. Learn how to use it. What is she doing with it? And how can I use it with her?
I'm too confident. Like, that's never been an issue for me. So I get that, but I've never been.
I have a question to Specs. Did I hear you say face mask?
You mean like a Michael Myers like face mask?
No, like cover up. So I'm doing something. So you want to look at me and see what I'm doing. So so you just feeling it. But you can't see it.
But
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Michael Myers. No.
Michael, like that was the whole thing. I was like, "This what? I'm about to stab your ass!" Like, no.
I have
Like,
well, it's not
stab
a
you with this
I
penis.
have
Like,
a
no.
discussion with Michael Myers. Don't you judge. Don't you judge me.
Are we go? Well, we're not going there.
No. That's a whole nother place. No, I'm not. No clown masters, nothing like that. No.
Oh,
Right. Yeah.
Flag in the plane, flag.
I do
want to
have
answer the other part of that.
I have a question, if I may. I have a question, if I may. So, what do you think? In this is not per se me, but just kind of going off of what Spec said. You know, hey, you're wanting to explore other things, right? Maybe you want to get tied up. Maybe you like Michael Myers. You want to get a little strangulation happening or a little bites here, whatever. What happens if your partner doesn't like that? Do you gradually kind of let them know, or just kind of counsel on them? Like, what would you suggest?
That's basically, like I say, the interactive kind of hands-on, like Ty was saying. Those are things like conversations, because I actually have over 20,000 products that I have access to. So there's things that, start with these. And, this is a good way to introduce to your partner. But it's very important, honestly, your interest in it. Why is it an interest for you? And talk about what it is or what you like before introducing those products. And why do you want to try something new? Be able to talk about that, but definitely taking baby steps. Hey, let's try this.
Okay.
Let's try this. And then taking baby steps versus put your hand around my neck and choke me. Okay. Do you know where that coming through out of artery is? Do you know where that, Do you know your, your jugular vein? Your blood pressure right there is over.
Let's talk anal. And the reason why I want to talk anal was because I guess want to say when I first talked to you on the phone, we had a very, very short conversation. And within that 5 minutes, I was learning so much stuff I had no idea. And I'm going to tell the world, this is an unfiltered episode. Specs done dropped it already, ripping the Band-Aid off. I don't know too much about like anal beads and these things. Now, can you explain? I don't know if you have an example in front of you. Mm-hmm. What do they do? What is the purpose? I don't use anal beads. I'm putting it out there, America. I don't use anal beads. I don't know what they are. Please help me.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, a lot of times you have people run from that area, but it's very important. Love the question, because it's a very pleasurable area. And that orgasm in the anal area is actually 3 times the pleasure, that orgasm. But I'll tell you 2 common mistakes most people make is first, bending over, and second, using Vaseline. 2 mistakes that you just don't do it. When you're bending, because it's a muscle, that sphincter muscle, when you're bending, your muscle is squeezing. So why would you want to bend and tighten that muscle? 2, Vaseline, it's not a lubricant, and neither is saliva. So, it's 2 common mistakes. And that's most of the time people will try it and say, that is not for me. That is not for me. And they'll run from it. So try it, but said it's not for them. But like you say, the anal bead is actually, really small beads. And they're going in basically slowly. And the pleasure with the anal beads are when they're being pulled out, one at a time.
So do you pull it out does it get pulled out when you're in the middle of the orgasm? You're pulling it out?
Yes, maybe clitoral stimulation or penetration and pulling them out. But before going in, like I said, saliva is not a lubricant. We have to remember, we have to have a lubricant, because that back door, it does not lubricate on its own. Plenty of water-based lubricant or a silicone-based lubricant. Definitely recommend a silicone-based lubricant, because it's a little stronger, and it is stronger, and it's more slippery, and it lasts longer. But the ladies must say different people, different things. Silicone-based lubricant, we have to remember, when you're younger, you do not put that in your vaginal area, because the silicone-based lubricant is too strong. It'll throw off your pH balance. But as women grow older, silicone is her friend. She doesn't naturally lubricate like she used to. But that backdoor area, the silicone-based lubricant for anal is an awesome thing. You don't have to use as much. But then you have people run from it because a silicone-based lubricant also stains your sheets.
Oh.
Oh.
It's a lot of, you know, people give and take. They've tried it, so some people run from it. Things like that. And
You can just put a towel down, you know.
there you go.
Look at time.
And I don't recommend the oil base or any oil anyway, because I always try and encourage people to use a condom. Latex is your friend, and latex and oil, it doesn't go together. It's like putting a lighter to a piece of paper. You know, why is it burning? Because it doesn't go together. The oil and latex, it doesn't go together. It'll the condom will break.
So when you're dealing with anal sex or anything, you know, going in there, period, would you do you need to cleanse? You know, I'm sure like feces is going to get on the toys, on the penis, dildo, vibrator.
You have, yeah. I mean, I have, you know, a lot of people are afraid of it. I wouldn't recommend using the bathroom before, you know, doing that. But a lot of the times it's not, well, like I say, different people, different communities, different things. You have some people enema. You have different people doing different things. But I'll tell you what, say it again.
I heard that they like to get the water shot up their ass and stuff.
Yeah, and feel, you know, like safe. But for the most part, it's not going to happen if you didn't use the bathroom before. And some people, because of that muscle and the way it feels, it makes you feel that way. But I'll tell you, if you're anal, like you do anal regularly and start doing like fisting and different things like that, pegging, a lot of the times an anal douche is needed, because you have people doing anal sex and actually orgasm in the rectal area, and that's where the bacteria infection in your anal area, it can happen.
See, now this is
And
why
that's why I say, no, you cannot get impregnated in your anal area, but you should still use a condom.
yes, please, everybody, please practice safe sex if you are having
Absolutely.
safe sex from your own hands. Wash your hands. Coronavirus is still real. And all types of cruddy stuff if you're touching
and wash
yourself.
your toys. If you could touch base on how and what to use after you get done using your toys, like to clean them.
Yes, and that's very important, because you have a lot of people, it's different materials. Like I said, over 20,000 products. Most people, hey, take this toy cleaner, you're good. One, when you get the toys before you use them, wash them before you use them. That's nasty. It's like, whoa. Just like a lot of things, you know, towels and our panties, you know, ladies, you got those red panties and, you know, kind of put them on. That dye is going inside of you. It's a lot of like cautions and be careful. Get white panties, ladies, you know, or the jeans she just bought from Rainbow and ain't got no panties on. And she ovulating. Oh, girl, for an infection.
Okay.
But with the toys, it's definitely important that you clean before. And when you finish, like I say, the toy cleaner, I compare it to like a hand sanitizer. You can use it, you know, once or twice, it's okay. But after that third, fourth time you're using them, generally, just like hand sanitizer, it's time to wash your hands.
Right.
So question that came in on my cell: does size matter?
With well, I'm gonna say front door or back door. But I'll tell you that back door, since we were on it, I'll tell you the back door, you can fit your head inside of somebody's ass. And I'm not recommending it, but that back door, that sphincter muscle, just like any other muscle, it stretches and stretches and stretches and stretches. So that's one of those, like I say, with the anal beads, where you want to start, where some people take it. Woo, yeah, some crazy stuff with back door. But
front door, we're talking about the front door now.
With the vaginal, it's basically one of those is bigger, better, and that's each person is going to be something different, and it's not because what you like, that is part of it, but we sit different. Our vaginal area, some ladies sit up kind of high, sit back a little further. Some ladies are not as deep. Or different things like that. And then you have the same thing with men. His size, he looks a different size because he sits up high or sit back a little further than, you know, I'm saying, another man. But as far as that orgasm, the size, when we say it, we have to stop measuring that length. We say bigger and we do this. Bigger is not, you know, this way. Bigger is this way. Girth is better than length. The guy with that, a shorter, thick penis, he's more likely to have, feels good. He's rubbing your G spot. It's thick. Where with the guy who has length, ladies, we're 4 to 6 inches. And that's where that running motion, the young girl, she's running. Guess what? It hurts. That's your cervix. The guy, he doesn't have length. He can't even reach your cervical wall. He can only make love to you.
Oh.
And a lot of the times, we're saying, it's bigger, better, girth. And I'll tell you, it's exercises men can do to make their penis thicker. It's a lot of different things. And it's like,
I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of times you'll hear that take a pill and it'll make it grow 5 times and this and this and clap your hand. Like, is this stuff real?
It's not, and that's the same thing with male enhancement pills or different things. It's so many things. Like for ladies, we hear Kegel exercises. Men, Kegel exercises. Men can do that, and it makes their for girth. And ladies, it makes our PC muscles strong.
Wait, how
basically with an erect penis, tighten and squeeze, and he's jumping. That's Kegel exercises. Diabetic, brother, high cholesterol, high blood pressure. Do it.
Yeah, like this. What? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see that. Okay.
But the thing is, putting a shirt or a towel across with a little weight. Every couple weeks, and that's where my thing is the interaction, hands-on, one-on-one, interactive. Some things is like, I can't tell you what to do if I don't know your body. I can tell you to do these things. And that's why I say it is more hands-on interactive, because what I just told your friend over here to do, it's like, oh, we got to get you started with maybe a prosthetic massage to actually get your penis hard enough to even actually do Kegel exercises.
Oh, geez.
Some things, it's you can do it eventually, where your friend here is like, yep, you can get started. Where your friend here is not going to work because of A, B, and C, but we can get you there.
Okay. So should I start with a shirt or a towel?
Something like a hand towel in general. And then, because I have the male entertainers, porn stars. And then after a couple weeks, that towel, just like a bicep curl. You might start with 20 pounds. You're not going to keep doing that for 6 months.
20. Okay. All right. So I need to start working out like Cabo. Okay, I got you.
And I'll tell you, working with the entertainers, they say I need to start doing my dick ups.
Oh,
they do they sit ups and they push ups.
If I can imagine this correctly, wait. So if I can imagine this correctly and understand what you're saying, the man would get erect and then he would throw like a towel over it and then kind of like tighten up like that,
And it's basically, like I say, the size of the towel is and the weight of the towel, maybe that same towel, but not wetted.
So what does that do again?
It strengthens PC muscles, and it makes just like your bicep muscle. The penis is not a muscle; it's tissue in the muscle that expands like a muscle. The girth. And it also helps with ejaculation. You got the porn stars, you see it, he's shooting across the room. The muscles strong and he drinking enough water, fluids, his diet.
I noticed that when I was on keto, a difference. I noticed that when I was on keto, I was like, Jesus. So, okay.
You can train your body to do a lot of things. And like you say, back to those pills. Don't take those pills. It's things that you can do naturally or into your body. And each person, depending on medications you're taking, depending on this and that. And that's why I say, as a sex educator, as a sex therapist, my thing is, I need to sit down and ask you a few questions, because I can tell you what you can do, but it might not be good for you.
Right.
But for your friend here.
So,
okay.
Since you just talked about, shooting your load across the room, I don't even know if it's a question so much. I'm going to say a word, and then you just take it wherever, right? So, squirting.
Yeah, that's actually a very common question. And that's what I do, basically focus on frequently asked questions or address things like that. And that's something that, because that's the question is, can every female, And I'm going to say most females can do it. And the thing is, you have most females that have done it and don't even realize it. You have some ladies that that get there and, hold on, I got to pee. That urination sensation.
Right.
That's actually it. But what she's doing is her brain is saying, I have to urinate. So she'll squeeze and stop it.
Mhm.
What's happening is it's pressing up against her bladder and it's coming out the urethra. When she urinates, it's more of a relax. And when she's female ejaculation, it's coming out the urethra where the urine comes from. But her brain is saying, stop it, I gotta pee. It's like, no, release, relax and release. And you have some people want to see that gush. The question is, what is she eating? You don't drink enough water to see that WAP, girl. You dehydrated. But you did ejaculate. You just didn't see it. You didn't see a lot of it. But you did ejaculate.
So if you happen to watch porn, and if you watch porn, if you happen to watch porn and you see those ladies squirting and things, it's because they just going all over the place. It's because they drink lots of water.
Their diet and things like that. They're training their bodies as porn stars, entertainers, and things. And where I'm from, I work with them hands on, and each person guarantee you something different advice. The girth, the size, the squirting, and it's each person. Just like a doctor might be something with this person, something with that person, and all the advice is different.
Let me go ahead.
Some of it with the Italian Middle Eastern women, they eat a lot of high acidic, vinegary, garlicky things. And they might be in their 20s, but that lady that's eating a lot of fried food, fatty, sugary things, her body, she's, I'm gonna say, because they ask a lot, do the big girl stay wet? And it's like, it's not the big girl. It's like, what is she eating? The high acidic, vinegary, garlicky things, they dehydrate in that area, but she's healthy.
Is that true for men? If you happen to be, let me use the proper terminology for everyone. If you're happen to doing fellatio, and would you also say based on their diet, like, this is different versus this day? What's happening here? Is that the same? Yeah. Okay.
I didn't hear your first part, the proper term.
Fellatio.
Absolutely. And that's where have these pills here. It's actually pills. It's called Yummy Cummy. It's pills you can take, and it makes your cum taste like cherries.
Hey, what? Wait, what?
Flavors the way you taste when you release. And that's any person, male, female, you are what you eat. You are what you eat. And a lot of the times, I'm going to say in African-American community, the salty taste, fried foods, things like that. Then you have Indians or Africans, the way, there's the body that they smell, the curry, the things that they eat in their diet, the hummus.
You would taste curry in the cum?
Okay.
No. I'm saying the way that they're smelling, or the way they taste in the bedroom is different because of the things they eat in their diet.
Okay.
So I have a question. All right. So I take a lot of vitamins in the morning, when I get up, do my thing, draw coffee. And I've been told that, sometimes I have a vitamin, going on.
We're going unfiltered today.
Specs have been waiting for this.
So will those pills help that vitamin, taste? Because I do take, a lot of. I'm good with homeopathic stuff, so I do take stuff like that. But I've been told that sometimes,
it's a medicine-y taste sometimes, and that's definitely the diet and drinking enough water and being able to cleanse or flush yourself, because you have some ladies your normal smell down there. Fish oil, vitamins, different things like that, depending on what she eats. Or, and have them crab legs and this and that, and, different things, depending on what you're eating. It's like, it might be a little heavier. You are right. But if it's like that more than 3-5 days, it's like, oh, maybe you need to look into that. But like you said, with your vitamins regularly, it should be, like a regular or a normal for you. Your norm. If you stop taking those vitamins, your partner would see a change.
So let's go to some of the comments, and then there was a question that popped in real quick. Ty.
Yes to the wine. Yeah, Rocky. Yes. Hey, cash money. Amy. Yes. 40s are amazing.
Yes.
So I'm here.
and getting spicy. Yes, we are. We have, I don't even think we really fully indulged in anything yet. And good evening. Good evening to you too. Oh, boom. Guess who in the house? Y'all favorite. Hey. And Popcorn Passport. Well, just tuned in on something. LOL. Let's go. That's what we trying to go. Great evening to you.
Hey.
And then what about a curved penis? Can they satisfy a woman and give her an orgasm? Yep.
That is actually,
Damn. Tom was like, hold up. I got that answer.
I'm sorry. Let the sex
so fast. Let Shamar answer.
Yeah, and I'll tell you that's
Tom was like, I don't need her son.
But I'll tell you with the curve, like you say, it is a benefit in the bedroom, but you have a lot of men with that curve, but he doesn't know how to use it. And depending on which way he's curved, if her uterus is tilted, it's so many answers. Then you have some women, it's actually, I do not like that. You know, it was actually painful for her.
Yeah.
And if her uterus is tilted, different things like that, he's in her ovaries. And don't realize, stop bending over for that man. Actually, you need to be in that fetal position. He want to see you this way, but you're not getting yours that way. Or a man with a regular G-spot curve going upwards, what you're bending over for? His penis is towards your back. It's going towards your spinal area.
Okay.
Now that man curving downwards, guess what? It's going to the front. It's going towards your navel area, which is where your G-spot area is located.
I really agree.
Common curve.
I was going to say, I really agree with what you're saying in reference to knowing your body. And of course, you know, the younger you are, you're just getting out of school and everything. So, you know, you just got finished, you know, turning in your homework assignment. So now you're, you know, finally getting to know yourself and everything and what you like and what you don't like. But I definitely have heard, I just turned 40 myself, and I have heard from people who have already, you know, been, you know, they're in their 40s and these things, and they say 40s is the best. You think about it, you dream about it, you eat it, you talk it, you know, sex, you know. But with that being said, it's very important for you to know what you like, you know. And absolutely. I also noticed that the older you get, you have no time to waste. So you come correctly, or we're not coming at all. I'm just
right. And I'll tell you, that's the thing. It's like you say, getting older. The thing with ladies is, as we get older, it only gets better. As we get older, it only gets better. And that's why I tell a lot of the times the young girls, I'm not that pushing abstinence person, because it's like, yeah, right. My question is, you're 20 something years old. My question is, was it worth it? Was it worth it? He in his years, he feeling himself. He broke. He can't keep his penis in his pants. And he not even for you. Girl, stop making noises.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Hold on, wait.
So,
and the thing is, it's like, stop shortchanging yourself in the bedroom. It's like, stop doing it. Ladies, as we get older, it only gets better. And I do STD HIV prevention actually at the senior living facilities, the senior recreation.
Right? Do they have a lot of STDs? And you would think the senior citizens, like, what y'all old folks doing over there?
It gets better and better.
They get.
And now, actually, it's like 55 and older. The STD HIV statistics are like it is in the LGBTQ community. And, you know, they're not strapping up, or she's not doing this, or he's not. The man, 2-3 men in there that work, he get passed around like a toy. And them ladies know it. But the thing is Granny, you still got to strap up.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And it's unfortunately, because you have a lot of men. Well, I'm going to say men, as men get older, it does not get better. For the men, the question is, how well did you take care of yourself when you were younger? That's what the question is for the men.
Yeah.
It's sad because, like, talking to, I don't want to say older men, but men around my age, like, you know, when you're being an adult, and I'm a very straightforward person, if I know that we might be, going to that level where we're going to engage in sexual activity. I have questions like, how long can you last after you come the first time? Can you go again? How long do you have to wait? I need to know what I'm working with. Do you have to stop in the middle and, check your blood sugar? If you doing too much, I already know I'm not going there. But again, like, I know that I want someone that, I'm not asking you to last for 6 hours, but we ain't getting in the room and you popping shit straight in. I need a little bit of foreplay. You gotta
be able to deliver. And I'll tell you that young lady, 20, 30 something years old, she didn't have those questions for him. It was it's all about him. And the thing is, oh girl, if only you knew your body, you wouldn't put yourself in them situations. And the thing is, we have to start putting it in our community more, and it starts in the home. The young girl, like potty training, the young boy, the wet dreams, and like you say, that curve. He has questions. A lot of young men, he asks, "Mommy, is it broke?" And actually, that's actually we were talking about the curve, and I meant to mention this. It's actually a disease for most men. The curve in the penis is actually a disease, and it's not a disease like STD, HIV. It's one of those, as men get older, it's like one of those "be careful," or the term "beating it up." It's like, yeah, you're going up against her cervical wall, but remember, you have scar tissue in your penis. You're more likely to fracture your penis. It's one of those caution, be careful. You already have scar tissue, and talking about beating it up, it take 8-9 months to beat that one up, baby. We carrying how many pounds inside of us? You can't beat up her cervical wall. You might as well put your penis up against the damn wall in a damn living room or somewhere.
Talk about I'm gonna blow your back out.
Beat up our cervical wall. Now her uterus might tilt a little or something. You might move a little things around, but mind you, that ain't happening. And that's when the ladies older, hot flash of menopause, and have that hysterectomy, this and that. That's where Granny, guess what? That's where Granny need Big Daddy, because Granny is deep. Granny didn't have her procedure done. And I always tell the younger ladies, let Granny have Big Daddy. Let Granny have Big Daddy. The vagina being a muscle, as we get older, the muscle, just like any other muscle in our body, it gets weaker.
Yeah.
It gets weaker. And guess what? Granny need more. And that's where a lot of the times things that I sell, like penis extensions, girth extensions.
What is it?
What is that? What is
have one?
Basically, I don't. And I'll tell you, a lot of the times that's that. Let me see I need to know what what you got, so we can know what you need. But some people use it for protection.
Wait a minute. You need to see what they got to know what you need. So you hands on.
Yes, if I looking at the man's penis, because even a cock ring, for instance, is this is a cock ring here, and it's one of those traditional, can't go wrong. I need to take it out the pack. Basically, I can stretch it. I can fit it around my wrist.
What now? What a cock ring is, please?
Okay, and that's what I was saying with her. It's one of those, like I say, hands on. But I don't. For some people, it's male entertainers. They already give me the intimate. But you have sometimes it's like, oh, that one didn't work for you because didn't know you're that thin. You needed a different size. And that's why I say it's so many products, so many. Same thing with the vibrators. That one was too strong for her, but your friend told you to get it. Guess what? The shower head is her friend. That's why she has the magic wand.
Oh.
Okay.
And somebody else is like, guess what? You need something with some AA batteries, girl. You don't need nothing rechargeable.
Oh.
Your friend told you to get it, but don't do it. Your nerve endings are too sensitive. Girl, she done wore the shower head out, and now she got something plugging in the wall. You don't need that.
Oh.
Or even the biker chicks, the motorcycle chicks in the summertime, they notice the difference from fall and winter.
All quiet, like,
Oh, okay.
It's a lot. It's different for a lot of people, and that's where, like I say, it's more of a keep it real, answer that question, and we're gonna get what's for you. So yes, I sell adult novelty items, but it's more of a conversation. Let's get what you need versus what everybody else is buying or somebody else has.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
I'm going to get that towel. Hold up for a second. What? You know.
What? What?
And I'll tell you something, the exercises
Hold
or
up.
the interaction,
One hand, son. No, sorry.
do that.
Here I go. So, all right, I'm gonna say another word. I'm just toss it out there and do what you do, right?
Yeah, but I'll tell you it's something we're using something like this. This is a China shrink cream. It's actually a cream. Anything with some Chinese writing on it, use very little. It's a cream that actually numb, desensitize, and it shrinks your vaginal area and makes your pussy virgin tight. And sometimes a man say it shrinks your it makes your vagina very tight, like shrinks. And I'll tell you, some women say with a man with the skinnier penis, she might use it, and when he goes inside, it makes him feel gigantic.
Oh.
Then you have some women, you know, she done messed up and cheated on her dude and put it on, and it's like, oh, did nothing happen?
And you can't hold it out. I mean, you might as well just bend over backwards, let him hit it from the back so he don't go through, you know.
And I'll tell you, it's so many people use it for different things, different reasons. And, you know, hey, she's loving her husband, but it's things that is, I want this. I don't want to go outside of my relationship. It's like, oh, we can get some things to make the bedroom better for y'all. And then I have, like, say, entertainers, the female dancers. Oh, you know what they're using it for, one after another after another. Ooh. But that's where that infection came from, too. You know, it's like, oh, girl, you can't let everybody in there.
Wow. What about incorporating other people into the bedroom?
That's different lifestyle. Different lifestyles, and a lot of times that's a good conversation. It's like, you know, why would that person want to do it or experience it? But I try to really encourage men, because a lot of ladies, traditional female fantasy, another woman. It's like, ladies, be careful. I tell them, men, be careful what you want, that traditional male fantasy, that threesome. It's like, bro, don't get somebody in your bedroom and get replaced. She know what that body language means. She know what that forehead, pushing on that forehead, grabbing both sides of your head, grabbing the back of your head. That lady know what that means.
Wait a minute. Wait. Wait, I'm sorry.
And unfortunately, you have sometimes, you know, like I said, there's nothing wrong with it, but I tell a lot of men, be careful what you ask for. Be careful. Because some women actually enter the lifestyle and find themselves happier with a woman because she communicates better, or the things that she need or that she should share with her man, she feels more comfortable talking to that woman. And they're like, oh my goodness, bonding. Yes, girl. He don't want to hear that.
Then I got to think about it too, and not like, you know, not bashing men, because, you know, for me, I love men. I love dick. You know what I'm saying? I like to swing from trees. I don't play in the bushes. I'm not against it though. You know what I'm saying? But I like stick figures. That's what I do.
Right.
But you have some men out there that have problems like satisfying their actual woman, but then they think their fantasy is, I want two women. Guy, what is you doing? First of all, you rubbing and huffing and puffing, you coming before you even touch. And because you're so excited from the visual, sex going.
Yes, it's like, you think you need two?
Like what are they really what are they really doing? And then how do you keep people like in? How do you make sure no one feels left out? You know,
that's where that conversation, that pleaser, receiver, you know, you have some people in the bedroom enjoy pleasing or pleasuring their partner, you know, but it's really important in a relationship, pleasers and receivers, and when to play your role, you know, and know how to stay in your lane, and, you know, when, you know, in and out of your lane, because you have sometimes two pleasers and they become, you know, competition with each other. They're in a relationship and they're working too hard on ooh, we need each other. It's like, dang, baby, it's your turn. Dang, somebody got an attitude or irritated because she wanted to or he wanted to. And it's like, dang, y'all know each other's roles by now? Never been discussed. Or sometimes you have two receivers and they're having trouble, with that. And that's just general conversation. And like I said, I'm actually a licensed professional counselor and a certified sex therapist. Those are like counseling sessions. And I hate this counseling or therapy with us. I say keep it real conversations or one-on-one consultation. It's like, let's sit down and let's kick it. And sometimes people learn you're actually working too hard. Sometimes it's that one-on-one with that woman, then incorporating that man and trying to basically make sure she knows her body. That's very important. And instead of me telling him, she's actually communicating that to him. I might be in her corner saying a little something. I'm gonna give you that green light and make sure you finish it. But I know she know how to finish it. I'm not gonna say it for her. She's gonna tell him. And before you know it, it's a conversation. And they looking back at me saying, shouldn't she? Or why don't she? But before they leave, they're going to learn some things about each other and about their relationship. And some people learn after sitting down, maybe we're just not for each other. And some people saying, wow, we can work on this.
Wow.
Some people have to deal with childhood issues.
Yes.
A lot of the time pointing at your partner, blaming your partner where you haven't healed or some things that happened in our childhood or his childhood.
Let me go ahead and go to this question here, if I may. Got it, Ty?
Yes, I do. Okay, what about gentle, slightly rough spanking or wordplay as I sit with my eyebrow raised?
Yeah, that's a lot of the time and a lot of the time that's wanted when the ladies are ovulating, because when you're ovulating, their sex drive is a little more like, give it to me, like fuck me, give it to me. And then that next week, she might not want that, but it's very important for her to know, why is it that you want that? What was it that made you want that? And he might do it again in another couple of weeks, but now she's saying, what you doing?
Okay.
Talk to him, let him know what was going on and why you like that. So he can know, okay.
What I heard definitely is communication, of course, when you're having sex, when you're about to have sex is definitely key. Because like you said, it could be 1 minute where you're like the friskiest, you're just extra horny and you're just ready to pop. And then the next minute you're like, can you please stop touching me? And see, I even knew, you just said this here, normally when a woman is ovulating, this is what's happening. I never knew this. My husband's listening, probably like, wow, because I thought she was a bipolar bitch, but.
Yeah, and that's a lot of the time, that's one of those, yeah.
I mean, but you got to think about it. When we're ovulating, as women, we start to really do our makeup, do our hair, and we're dressing a little bit more sexier. That's because naturally our bodies is saying, I want to have sex and I need to get pregnant. Like, so we're like trying to get Am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah. That's why I say a lot of the time, but a lot of the time in our community is a traditional question I get, how do you know when you're ovulating? We don't even know these things. And that's that in our community, oops, I'm pregnant.
Right.
And it's like, oh, girl, the discharge in your panties, this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of ways to tell. And that's where my thing is, because I do a lot of unisex events. And the men actually learn more and the ladies is more confirmation. And my thing with the men is, depending on what she feeling like down there, you better strap up. Is she wet? Is she slippery? Is she sticky? Is she just wet? What does that discharge down there? What is it saying to you? And as a man, he should know too. And it's like, oh, girl, you definitely need to know.
So like I said, this is completely, you're educating me. So if I hear you correctly, you're saying that when a woman naturally discharges, your body's saying specific things.
Absolutely.
I'm not talking about like you're just sick or something. You got, go to the clinic, but just on a regular
some of it is a go to the clinic. Some of the discharge you see is like, oh, girl, you need to hit the clinic real fast. From the way, her normal smell, is it irregular and why? Is it something she ate? And that's why I was saying, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, 3 or 4 days. It's like, oh, it's been a little over a week now. Something's not right. That pH balance, you know, your norm. But same thing, you know, with the men. And that's where, you know, knowing your norm is like, hey, your man, your partner, you know what I'm saying? It's like, he should know these things too. And why not? And that's where a lot of the time he not strapping up. And that cervical mucus between your legs, that egg yolk stringy material, oh, you asking for a baby. Because when you're ovulating, your body is releasing fertile eggs, and it's time to make a baby.
Wow.
And the thing is that in different communities, that's that phone call, honey, come home, it's time. But mind you, when you're ovulating, you're very horny. Your sex drive increases. You want some dick. So baby daddy, you couldn't stand his ass 2 weeks ago. Now you're trying to figure out, oh, you know what? I'm a C. And it's like, you convince yourself
because your body's done aligned up. So he already with your menstrual flow. So your body be calling for him. And he already know I'm in there. And when you ain't answering the phone, and then finally you pick up, and then he be like, oh,
it sounds so personal.
And I'll tell you, it's very common. And like you say, not personal. It's actually, and I'll tell you, if you're thinking it, someone else is too. And if your body has experienced it, a lot of the time it's normal. And that's what I like to do is more events and things like that, where everybody in a room is saying me too or hell yeah. And it's like, girl, that's normal. And the thing, like I say, you call him baby daddy, but it's like, girl, go take a walk, call a friend. Go find something to do.
So I don't know the internet spotty, but you know, in preparation for the show, because I always try to do a little extra research and things like that, right? So I was on a site and there's a whole entire section dedicated to just pumps. So I tossed it out there, but like I said, I know the internet spotty. I know so I've learned that there's clitoral pumps, penis pumps, vaginal pumps. What's the deal?
So that's different orgasms, you mean?
No, like the actual, like you can go on whatever sex toy site, and if you type in the word pumps, like PUMPS.
Oh, pumps. Oh, okay. I thought you said cum, and that's why I'm like, yeah. With the different pumps, it's thousands of them. But like you say, there's nipple pumps, clitoral pumps, penis pumps.
What are these pumps? Oh my God.
Basically, what it's doing is say like take the tip of your finger and like suck on your finger. Just suck on the tip of your finger as hard as you can. And what's happening is it's drawing all that blood circulation in one area, and it basically swells it. So when you touch it, it's very sensitive. It draws all the blood to one area, and it enlarges it, kind of swells it. So it makes it more sensitive, just like a clitoral pump or a nipple pump or that penis pump. A lot of entertainers, you know, porn stars, they'll use them and it swells their penis. And it makes it, you know, intensifies that feeling. And it's one of those also cautions, be careful, overusing, where I have a lot of the male entertainers, they'll use them so often where their body becomes dependent on them. Where he can't operate without it. So it's one of those, don't use that penis pump like that, or that cock ring, or these items, a lot of different items where you're using and using and using. And now one-on-one with your lady in a bedroom, you can't operate without it.
Wow.
So there's a lot of things with you know, so I use, like I say, adult novelty items I do, but some people, like I say, come back and it's like, this happening to me. What's that? Or what is this?
What's one of your best toys that you sell? Like what's the most popular?
And I'll tell you just different age groups, different reasons. Because I'll tell you with I'm just gonna say Granny. Granny, she wants that 8-9 inch dong, where with the younger person, clitoral stimulator.
Like
you know,
that more like a rabbit or something
there
like that.
There you go. That's where you know, things like this, the rabbit, it's a bunny, and things like this that rotate, and it's a clitoral stimulator.
You not know what a rabbit is?
I do know what a rabbit
like bunnies and stuff.
I do know.
But I'll tell you with the rabbits, it's so many different ones and different materials. But I'll tell you, this is actually a very common item for me and for couples. It's a pocket pussy.
I heard. I was going to ask you about that. Do
The
those
second most common item for men is a
Do
pocket
they
pussy, where basically his penis goes inside, it stretches just like a regular vagina, and it comes out the top where it's a hand job where she's basically stroking his penis, where she's working the head of her head of his penis with the tip of her tongue, where it's a oral sex. So it's vaginal feeling and oral. But a lot of men get them and use them alone, where it's like, bro, you can use it with her. Oh. It's like a lazy head job for some women, and they love it. And that's why I say doing demonstrations. This item here that I use is a sucker, and I do fellatio parties. It's a 6-inch penis sucker on a stick.
Oh my God.
And we do things like, I don't have too many people. They get about down here and they kind of stop. I don't have too many people that can take the whole sucker. But we do things at the fellatio events like cheeking. That's putting a condom on with no hands. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those, how to put a condom on with no hands and different things like that. Too, and they come like in different colors, but just learning different stuff like and they come in like rainbow colors.
Time out real quick, because you're going over these things and literally I just feel like a novice and I'm looking at Liz. Liz and I have these faces of expression like interesting. I concur. I disagree, maybe, but them two up there like yeah. Woo! And we're like over here having like another Holy Spirit moment. I don't know what's going on. Me and Liz, we're married, so we're like
we're married folks right now.
I mean, the single folks up there like putting the condom on with no hands, with your eyes closed.
But you have a lot of people who don't even use a condom. But my thing is, like I say, doing a fellatio party is not just putting something in your mouth. We're talking about things like what semen actually consists of, what it is. And, get the questions. Is it okay to swallow? Is it true? Is it protein? Those questions, they're answered and discussed at the parties. And, you have some men actually, it's a very common question. I've never had an orgasm with oral. It feels good, or I can count on one hand how many times I've actually had an orgasm getting hit. And it's like,
it should be no longer than 7 minutes.
Are you saying that the individual? No. Like I said, please. I'm sorry to sound ignorant to it. So are you saying that these individuals that are receiving fellatio, that they are not ejaculating after, or they just like
they're not having an orgasm, or it's difficult for them to actually, they enjoy it, it feels good, but they don't climax, they don't reach that peak. And you have a lot of men, that's a very common question. And sometimes, and like I say, it's 1,000 answers for that, and the thing is, it's like I gotta ask the guy these questions and we can find his answer.
Is it normally the woman's
not gonna be the same answer for everybody?
Does the woman not have like a lubricated mouth? That she cannot?
It's different things. It might be one of the traditional is like, okay, how often do you masturbate? He could be one of those people that masturbate looking at movies and he gropes his penis and grabs his penis, where he's replaced his lady basically with masturbation and the movie. Or the movie that he's used to looking at, men are visual and physical. He has the visual and physical by himself. But one-on-one with his lady, he's looking at the back of her head and her mouth is gently grazing his penis.
Yeah, you guys look up.
And the thing is, it's what you're doing. Don't ever think you're not the bomb, girl. He's got to stop masturbating.
Let me read some of these comments real quick and questions. So we got this one time.
Popcorn passport. Well, okay, now LOL. Sometimes it's a drive through the valley with the top down, bump into MJ, and sometimes it's the stolen Buick hitting all the alleys, not even caring about the tires or mileage. I gotcha.
That's a great way.
And I'll say you just going a lot of the time. Wow.
And then we have the wand, but they're asking about the Hitachi.
Yeah,
I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's a Hitachi wand.
Okay.
Now, what is that?
That's basically, it's a lot of different types of wands. Because like I say, tell people I am not pure romance or bedroom candy. But the whole Hitachi wand, some of them are rechargeable. Some, the whole school plug in a wall, blah, blah, blah. But like I say, I wouldn't recommend it to someone that's never had a toy. It's very, very strong, and it's actually used traditionally like a back massager for your body. It's a body massager. But some people get to that point where they can use it clitoral area.
Wait a minute. Wait, it really is a body massager. It really
it is. That's what people use it for, a body massager for aches and pains on your body or your back and different things like that. But people use it, yes, as a clitoral stimulator. And it is one of those caution, be careful. But like I say, the chicks riding motorcycles in the summer. She's sitting on a motorcycle. Her partner is not going to be able to do a whole lot.
Yeah. I've talked to someone that rides motorcycles. He said when he brings females on, a lot of them actually have orgasms.
They have to wear that panty liner when they first start. When they first start riding motorcycles. And the thing is, you just have to get used to it. And that panty liner is like, make sure you take that off. That's another infection waiting to happen. That panty liner you have on and that plastic underneath there, it's 90 degrees. And you done walked around all day with a panty liner on and your vagina can't breathe.
Another comment. Let's see.
Cash said it could be painful and uncomfortable if done wrong, and sometimes men will just suffer through or transition versus saying something.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's just poor communication, and that's men and women, and it's like communicate verbally, because a lot of ladies that happen, we use our body language, we'll jump, press on the head or something, do things. But men, they're more vocal. Whoa, wait. Okay, yeah.
I hope that you find better one day, Cash, if you're going through pain.
But I'll tell you, it's very important, because I have a lot of ladies, they enjoy, or I'm saying men, they enjoy like teeth. Using their teeth. Some men will say bite it. And it's not biting. Biting is a graze with the tip of your teeth.
Bite what? Like the head of it? Or bite the whole penis? Like, rawr.
You have some men that do like
it's
the
like
tip
a
of the
scrape.
teeth. Yeah.
It's not fun. You got to suffer through it sometimes. You just like, I've suffered through that a few times. I was like, Jesus, but you can't, you won't make it feel bad. So you just kind of just like, you suffer through like, get like a good minute and be like, I'm good.
All over it like it's a hot dog and you don't say nothing.
I always say.
No, if you want to, okay, so you want to be nice. So if it's a little teethy, you're like, oh my God, okay. Because you can feel it because it's like, scrape. So give it like a good 30 seconds, like, oh yeah, and you kind of play it off like, girl, come here. You kiss her and then you go to something else. Because, yes.
I'll say this, ladies, if you are happening in the middle of intimacy and you happen to go down on your man and these different things, I would say the way you could tell if you're doing something right is if you wake up the next morning with a porch built outside your bed. Like the eggs and the bacon. If you do eat bacon, it's right there for you. Maybe the guy went and bought a brand new car. Maybe he went and did different things. That's how you know you can measure how your mouth and your throat is all working kind of combined. I'm sorry, I was just talking.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, it's things that, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I have different questions. All right. One is, why did I just get so excited? I don't know why. Okay, calm down, Ty, calm down. Okay. One is the penis molds. How are they? Are they good? Can you attach a vibrator to them? And then secondly, what was the other one that I was thinking about? I'll remember. I'll figure it out. Let's just focus. Oh, and then secondly, what about the remote controls that you can use?
I was gonna ask that, yeah.
See?
basically the modes. It's so many different modes, like of different porn stars. Mr. Marcus, Lex Steele,
No,
Bam.
you want of your partner. I want to build a dick.
That's the kids, and it's so many. I'm actually looking for an ambassador that's interested in doing that, because I have a lot of different ones, but I would like to mold and but not just mold. He needs to know different parts of the penis and talk about the 4,000 nerve endings on the head of his penis, the shaft, the brother that's not circumcised, where he more likely to an orgasm. More likely to orgasm with a guy that's not circumcised. But basically share more information about his penis. But I do have those kits and looking to do more modes. And some it's like candles you can burn. I ain't recommend guys do that. It's like, oh, you don't know what she into. But chocolates you can eat, the glow in the dark ones. You got hot pink, black, brown.
I want to build a dick that looks, it got to be dark chocolate. It got to be,
got the black, and then you got the brown. You know,
I want the brown.
Hey Liz, what you saying down there?
Ty, this is very personal. Suddenly I feel like I'm at Build-A-Bear for adults or something.
I know.
That sounds very personal.
Very personal.
Chocolatey.
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm learning something. I'm like, wait, what now?
No, the man, and please correct me if I'm wrong, like, you get your partner all excited and then you put the actual mold on his penis, and then, you take it off, it dries up. And so like when you're not there, because most of the time he might not want to deal with y'all anyway, like talking and you just want to breathe and shit. We like the dick. So if so it's like, I don't need you fully, but I got you partially because it's still mine, and I'm gonna carry it with me and stick it underneath my pillow.
Ty.
Looking for brand ambassadors actually that's interested in doing those things, because it's actually a kit where women, we can clone our vulva area.
Yes.
We can clone the vulva area. And my thing is, sometimes with these ladies here in Atlanta, I'm like, girl, do you know what you can do with that if you think yours is pretty? You don't give them the real thing. People will buy this. So my biggest thing is, like I say, with a male or female, can she talk about her vulva? It's not your vagina, it's the vulva, the inner and outer labia, just different things. Can she educate about that area and not just sell it? Because that's what basic pleasure principle is. More information, education on the body while having fun. We're not just, selling products. So it's like, if you don't want to educate, I don't want you on a team. The same thing with these suckers. Chick, she feel like she a master, but it's like, okay, what about the STD HIV prevention part? The chick with braces, why she's more likely to contract HIV. Just different things like that. Can you educate? You can put that sucker down your throat, but everybody's not into deep throating. That's not his thing. Or why are you able to do that? And it's actually things that we do every day, a couple times a day. That's the reason why she can put that sucker down her throat, but she don't even know why she's good or where that come from. And her friend can't even I've had some people can't put the head of the dick in their mouth, but it's exercises she can do where she can eventually open up her mouth wide enough to do that.
And
that's
the class, you're going to have to learn those things.
Ladies, if you want that porch built outside your bed the next morning, you better learn how to suck a dick. I'm not saying, I'm just, so.
I got a question for you, Kia.
What?
How many cars do you get this year?
Kia got what, 2 like Mercedes Benz?
It was for Kia.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
but how many?
Very professional. Back to the comments. Here we go.
Well, I know what I'm giving for Christmas. So either you can listen.
And that's a good like date night or something, you and your partner. It's like, something you can just do. And like I said, anybody's interested in getting one, that's that which kit is for yourself. and maybe you want this one or that one. They're more personal sales. I'd rather, sit down and help you find the one that you want and you and your partner, what's best for you guys versus just getting something.
My last question for you, and before we start giving out the information on how to contact you, how to ask personal questions, how to buy your products and all that other good stuff, is and that was the last question you had, Ty. Does that actual remote control thing work? It's kind of like, I guess you put a vibrator on you and then the guy controls it or something like that, or how
yeah, it's a lot of different remote control things, and that's another date night remote control panties or different things like that. Some, depending on which one, it might be 50, 75 feet. You have some, actually, you can be in another state, another country, MP3 player, and it actually vibrates to the beat of your music. And you have people get real creative doing a lot of different things, but yes, they do work. And with the remote control panties, it's people get very creative, just put it that way, very creative. But some people use them like by themselves. And I've had some ladies get them. They're at work, and she like, girl, if I didn't have that remote, I would have slapped her. That's them ladies hot flashing, and she needs to release, and she needs to let one go at work. So I've heard a lot of different stories.
From a different state.
Yeah, it's like MP3 player, different things like that. And like I said, I don't focus on that IT part. I really don't, that technical part. But most of them are, as long as you're in the same house or the same building, when you start going through walls, brick walls and things, that's when it shortens. But say even around the house, she have them on, and that remote can be a where you at or I'm ready. And sometime it was a couple years ago for Thanksgiving. It was a keeping it spicy kind of thing, and they were around their family and had them put it on. And she wore it, and I was telling him times where maybe the ladies in the kitchen, y'all looking at the game, or this is going on. Make sure you get her in situations or areas where she with moms or granny over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, stop. And they looking at her like, what you doing? What you talking about? And the thing was with the trust, we were working on the trust issue. The trust issue was, can you keep this between the sister? She told her sister, the lady, she told her sister all their business. The trust was, this is y'all secret. Can you keep it y'all business? Your sister don't need to know everything. So that remote, it was one of those, none of her business. She don't need to know what y'all doing, what's going on.
Is that TSA approved?
It is. And a lot of the toys people like worried about and everything is like, the only thing is like sometimes those lubricants, but the toys or what have you, they're good. They're good.
Okay.
The liquid sometimes you have to worry about, but the toys, they're good.
So I want to put up everybody. Last question, then we'll give her information. Go ahead, Liz.
I was just saying, that sounds like a shot collar for your twat. I know.
Well, I put it on the same level as a person who gets their clitoris pierced, because sometimes I've heard that sporadically, based on your movements or what you're doing on a Friday or your jumping jacks or whatever.
Nerve endings. And if she's ovulating and the way she sits, and that's why I say another lady, maybe she sits back further, or the way she wears her pants and zips her pants, it might be rubbing because her vulva area is sitting up high, where another lady, she sits back far. So it's like, don't think your vagina sit like hers. It's one of those you have to see for yourself.
So I want to put out there your email where everyone can reach you. They have these personal questions or want to actually say, hey, where can I, do a have you come on to speak with them and do different events the way you do.
Yeah.
On your Instagram page and your Facebook page, you talk about that as well. But this is her email address, everybody, because I know there's questions out there that wasn't posted. Some people say, hey, I would love for you to come out to this venue and speak to this class. Mm-hmm. Have a bachelorette this or bachelor, whatever. So please go ahead and jot that down for your own personal information. Now, just to get to those products that you were mentioning, we have this website right here. Please go ahead, put that in your copy, the address. I'll also put it on the page too, so people can go ahead and get that information out so they can find those products that you have that you you advertise there. Plus you have
that's the ones that I showed. They're on there. But if you have an interest in any products, like I said, if you see it in the stores, I have access to it. Still, a lot of things are under construction, still kind of moving around. But like I said, over 20,000 products. If you need it, if you want it, we can get it. We can get it.
Yes, definitely. And once again, that's why I also have put that email address out there. Before we talk about any type of raffle and those type of things, did you guys, Ty, Specs, Liz, did you guys have anything to say? Any questions, last comments, anything?
There's too much to say and my mind is wandering. And so I know that's why I'm just gonna, don't forget the suction dildos either. They stick to walls and furniture.
Have those. Wall bangers is what they're called.
Ooh, that's what they called? Wall bangers.
Wall bangers.
Makes absolute, I'm
still processing, so okay.
I don't have any questions.
Liz, what about you? I can't.
You know what? I had a whole lot of fun tonight. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah. Thank you guys for having me.
Knowledge on us. Thank you.
So
if you're interested in getting into the industry, like I said, I'm not bedroom candy or pure romance, but would like to show more people how to get into this industry selling products. So if anyone's interested, give me a call because like I said, I have so many products, can't sell them all, but have to go into it with information education on the body while having fun and not just selling products. That's not what I do.
Exactly. And for everybody out there, are you still doing the raffle? Do we want to talk about that, Shamara?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So anybody that goes on to her page and wants to look at some items, we're going to be doing a raffle. So if you enter your email address, one of you lucky individuals out there will be able to be selected, and there'll be a nice little product waiting for you. So definitely go ahead to that address right there and plug in. Don't be shy about the items that you'll be purchasing, because once again, this is unfiltered and intentional. Everything we do has a purpose. We did get very unfiltered, I must say. Thank you, Specs, for that information. Getting real personal with you too, Ty.
You over there getting porches built, so what are you talking about? She getting porches, houses, lakes built. She's like, hold up.
She got porches, houses, and cars.
Yeah.
So I never said it was per se me. I just said if you was doing something right, that's all. I don't put my business. I'm just saying if.
Yeah.
But with that being said, thank you once again for coming on. It was definitely a pleasure for educating us. We definitely, some of us didn't know, some of us did, but thank you so much. Please
thank you guys for having me. I really enjoyed myself. I'm looking forward to doing more, speaking, or I'm gonna say keep it real conversations, because I speak at the universities and clinics, but not like this.
Yes.
Definitely. So we'll see you guys next week. Tune in. This whole month is about relationships, so we're going to keep it moving. No, we're not going to be talking about toys, even though somebody will be mentioning that somehow, some way. But thank you once again. I also dropped that email again at ypprincipal@gmail.com. So you can have any questions, wanting to know how to be an ambassador and all those different things. She'll be able to enlighten you with that. Love you guys.
Like
all right.
Good night.